As the GOP field starts to get more and more crowded, now at 7 candidates, the frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, continues to campaign while dealing with multiple legal entanglements, and his lawyers have sent a letter requesting a meeting with Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Joining us now for more is commentary editor for The Washington Times, Kelly Sadler, and former prosecutor and NEWSMAX contributor Ameer Benno.
Great to have you both back on. Ameer, I want to start with you. So Trump's attorneys basically alleging that Donald Trump is being treated unfairly, and that this whole thing has to do with the fact that he's the leading candidate for president and not so much the merits of these various entanglements. Do his lawyers have a case?
Well, I think anybody who looks at this, any fair-minded person would say that there's a selective prosecution. The letter that they sent, of course, is sort of thin on facts. It's one paragraph long. It doesn't get into any details. And the chances of actually sitting down with Merrick Garland to discuss this are remote at best. But it's not unusual to sit down with the federal prosecutors before an indictment gets handed up or before they decide on a charging decision. But with Merrick Garland in this sort of politically charged situation, I don't think it's going to happen.
Kelly, explain the double standard here. When it comes to classified documents, don't we also see things coming from the current president?
No, absolutely. But there is rumors out there that Jack Smith, the special prosecutor in Trump's case, is coming to an end, that it might be wrapped up soon. So you have Trump's lawyers probably wanting to talk to the DOJ to see what possible indictments might be coming down the line. But you have Joe Biden in a similar situation with another special prosecutor investigating his classified documents. There's been absolutely zero leaks on that side of the fence, where we saw multiple classified documents, at his think tank in Washington, at his Delaware home, in his garage. So I think there is a very big double standard here. And if they indict Trump first, they're going to have to answer to the question of where is, Joe Biden's special prosecutor in his case, and why aren't those indictments coming down the line as quickly as Trump's maybe?
Such a good point. Joe Biden had more classified documents at the Penn Biden Center and then in a couple of boxes behind his Corvette at his home. Totally ridiculous. Now, you can't indict a sitting president. I understand that. But totally ridiculous if Jack Smith's investigation does end up with an indictment against the former president. Ameer, and I thought this goes back to the political implications. So if you're at home, listen to this. The judge has now scheduled Trump's criminal trial. The case will start March 25th, which is right smack dab in the middle of primary season. Ron DeSantis announcing that he's running for president. The race is really on now. And all of a sudden, Trump might be tied up dealing with this in March of next year. What do you make of that?
Well, look, I don't know whether there was any sort of political objective in setting that date. It seems like an outside date. And given the other schedule in the case of when motions are due to dismiss, I don't think that's such an unusual date. But keep in mind, in the fall, Letitia James, the New York State Attorney General, her civil lawsuit against Donald Trump is scheduled to go to trial. And at any point in time, we could see an indictment from Georgia, and we could see the fruits of the investigations by special counsel Jack Smith regarding Mar-a-Lago and the documents at any point over the next year. So right now, they've got a trial set for March, but this time next year or in March of next year, things could look a lot different on a lot of different fronts for Donald Trump.
Well, Kelly, I'm almost wondering if the timing of this trial will actually end up helping Trump out, because we saw that when he was indicted, his campaign raised a ton of money following that. Do you think that it'll be the same case this time, that people are just going to pour money into him because they see how unfairly he's being treated?
It depends on what the indictments are coming from both Jack Smith as well as potentially in Georgia. I think Alvin Bragg's case is a loser, and the people have spoken, and that's why you saw the fundraising dollars. But the calculus within the GOP field right now, the presidential field, is that these, legal entanglements will ultimately bring down Donald Trump. That's why you have Nikki Haley still in the race. That's where Ron DeSantis feels like there might be an opening for him. And that remains to be seen. I think right now the public sentiment and the public is on the side of Donald Trump, because with the Durham report released last week, this man has been persecuted like no other politician in American history. He's out there to clean up the swamp, and the swamp is coming after him with everything they've got. And the people want Donald Trump as the representative, and the polling shows that right now.
Kelly, great point. Quiet part out loud, I think, too, on the heels of that DeSantis botched announcement last night. I think the lane for many of these candidates is not beating Trump in the primaries and the Iowa caucus. I think it's taking advantage of maybe Donald Trump's not a candidate because of something that ends up happening with these various legal cases almost a year from now. We're almost 19 months away from Election Day, so still a lot of time. Ameer Benno, Kelly Sadler, thanks so much for breaking that down for us. Good to see you both.